Growing Up Out There is powered by Interlock Broadheads, deadly by design.
Watch it happen, the future's on. Just imagine what's next to come. Never stop learning, never stop dreaming, never stop, go for it. Always look forward, always find meaning, always go for it. Get moving, get moving.
Hopefully, it'll be my good luck charm and a bug will walk in today.
Growing Up Out There is influenced by Wildlife, influence your legacy. Excalibur Crossbows, Luminoc, light 'em up. Mike's Archery, Umarex Air Guns, EMS Bow Fishing, Black Widow Deer Lures, Scent Thief, Outdoor Edge Knives and Tools. Growing Up Out There is proud to support these great partners.
Midwest Bucks, and this is one of my favorite destinations because it has so many deer. Do you want to know why it has so many deer? Because Ken and Shannon put so much time and effort into each one of their farms. Now last year, I was lucky enough to be able to hunt one of those farms that had a really big, nice buck on it that we called Templeton. We're back in the blind. I'm playing on my tablet, and there's nothing really going on right now, but it's gonna be a great night.
The deer were coming out fairly early. Some does had come out, and then
Big buck.
That's a nice buck, Kevin.
How many points?
He's 8.
Oh yeah.
well, these deer were about 150 yards, and I know my daughter can make the shot, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about Templeton, and it seemed like everything happened so fast that the deer got away before we knew it, and I knew Cameron wasn't too happy.
That was just... Oh, I'm so upset. We just had a huge buck walk out in front of us. It was probably 1:30, but it was a nice 8-pointer. But they were probably 150 yards. Way too far. Now, to learn more about Midwest Bucks, we're gonna head over to the main lodge and meet up with Ken.
We woke up to a beautiful morning and we headed over to the main lodge so that we could meet up with Ken, and I wanted to make sure that her Axion scope was still dialed in.
Well, here we are at Midwest Bucks' main lodge. Now Ken is right over here, so we're gonna sit down and just chat for a little bit and see what our plan is for tomorrow, and hopefully we can learn a little bit more about Midwest Bucks.
Hey, Cammy.
Hey.
Glad to be back.
Yep.
So we're going to try to get you on a good deer this year. Hopefully, get you maybe not Templeton, but we'll get something close. Hopefully. So you want to run around with us for a few days and check some cameras and see if we can't find something for you and
Sure.
do all that good stuff.
Sure.
So it'll be me and Dylan and Andrew, and we'll hop in the truck, maybe get on the Ranger and drive around, check a few cameras, and see what we can come up with for you.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I've walked it right in, and we're gonna get Cammy ready for Saturday. So take a couple shots here with the traditions.
Dad had finished sighting in my gun and Ken wanted to jump in the buggy. We checked a few trail cameras, spots, and even saw a few deer.
I bet we've mowed 20 times more this year than we normally do. I mean, it's been every single week mowing food plots just because we don't have a break in the rain and the grass is growing just crazy. All right, so this is a little clover plot we got back in here in the woods. There's a ridge that comes up here, another ridge that runs down this way. A lot of these bucks seem to kind of hang out in this thicket over here. So we've got a stand over here, but we could come in here and put a ground blind in for you too. You know what I mean? For something for a midday type set. They come off these acorn ridges and kind of filter back up through this top and then go to bed up on these little ridge tops. So it's always been a pretty good area. We get a lot of 11, 12 o'clock photos up here.
After After seeing those deer, I was super excited to get in that blind and start hunting, but we had to check the trail cameras that we had pulled that day. Hopefully, they would show a few deer for me to hunt. It looks like we have a lot of nice deer. We just gotta pick the right farm. This one spot that Ken had taken us to had a lot of potential. We even saw some deer coming out to the regrowth from the harvested beans. Maybe, just maybe, this would be the spot I would shoot my first Illinois buck. There's a bunch of does over there, Dad. Growing Up Out There is proud to support Rackroids, premium mineral without the premium price, American made.
I am very proud of you, kiddo. You're doing a really good job, all right? You're doing your schoolwork, you're getting your filming work done. Listen to Daddy, okay? The more you listen to him and the more you're comfortable about what you're doing, the better you're going to get at this. And you have a lot of talent. Daddy just showed me some of the stuff you filmed yesterday. Wow. Seriously, kid, you are really good at this. So, don't feel like you can't, okay? But when you have questions or you want to talk to somebody, I know you're comfortable around Ken. I know you're comfortable around these people. Ask questions. Get involved. The more you know, the better and more comfortable you will feel, okay?
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you. After Mom had given me some encouragement, which I definitely needed, I headed outside to the porch to do some air gun therapy with my Umrex. Well, it is opening day of youth season here in Illinois, and I'm taking a few practice shots with my Umrex Embark. I made some really cute little Halloween targets. We're shooting big blast caps. We got a covered box we're shooting at. So we're just gonna be having a whole bunch of fun today, and when we're finished, we're gonna go inside, get ready, meet up with Ken, and hit the woods.
Umrex air guns have definitely helped Cameron become a better shooter. Confidence, responsibility, safety, all those things are kind of compiled into one, but we can seriously thank the air guns from Umrex for helping my daughter become a much better hunter, outdoorsman, and shooter. You know how you can tell an outfitter's doing his job? Do you know how you can tell? When you look at their shirt and they're full of stick tights. Don't hate these things. They get in my underwear. When you put these in the dryer and it gets into underwear and your socks, and there's nothing worse than stick tights.
Put your socks on the next morning and you're like,
oh man, I was in the stick tights.
Missed a spot.
Missed a spot.
Gotta get behind your ears.
I was looking forward to a fun hunt, but who can't have fun when Dad and Ken are around?
Pull my finger.
No, don't.
It's loaded, dude. You don't ever want to do that.
I'm not
That's a
doing
bad
that.
trick. You know what happens when you do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know. This is where we saw all the deer yesterday. So we just gotta walk right down here to this little piece of woods. And maybe we can get a buck to come out.
Well, Midwest bucks are big fans of the blind turtles, which is a good thing because we knew there was weather in the area. This would mean we'd be staying dry and concealed.
We're in a blind turtle over a triple vantage food plot and a cut bean field, but here's the kicker. They've had so much rain that it's starting to regrow, and we got a lot of new growth out there. And yesterday when we scouted this field from the road, there was 12 deer out an hour before dark.
There was two really nice bucks.
Two nice bucks. So Cammie's got her muzzleloader with her Axion on it, and we'll see what happens. 175. Came across, I ranged him at about 120. Cammy said she wanted to wait. He went past us, gathered up a bunch of does. Then out of nowhere, a whole bunch of little yearling bucks came by us at like 25 yards. Wind was blowing right to them, and they never really, I mean, I'm sure they knew we were here, but they didn't know what. So that was a good testament, because there was a mature doe in with them of the evade. So they walked off, went in the woods. I got 2 does way out here, about 250 yards, so it was pretty crazy there for a while. I thought for sure Cammy was going to touch one off, but she wants to try to get a little bit closer shot if she can.
Well, Cameron and I were a little bummed, but at the same time, it was a really good night. We seen a ton of deer, had a lot of action. We stayed dry, and we caught word that Andrew even had an opportunity at a deer.
Strike what? 1. Then strike 2, right? She ran out in the field, looked around for 10 minutes, ran another 20 yards, looked around for 10 more minutes, then ran off. That's well, pretty sure you missed that one. It's all right. That's why you got to practice. You got to practice more, right?
I've missed before.
We all have.
Well, the next morning we woke up and we checked the wind direction, and we knew we couldn't sit in that blind turtle, that we actually had to be on the opposite side of the field. So I got out the Honda power equipment, started cutting some brush up. We were going to brush in a pop-up blind directly on the other side of the blind turtle in hopes that that 8-pointer would pop out within gun range.
Brush in a blind for Cammy. So we're going to load up back of Ken's truck, or Dylan's truck, run over and brush this blind in, but the more brush we can put around it, the better we'll be. The blind turtle was in a good spot, but filming directly into the sun is not my cup of tea. And honestly, the main reason is tonight's wind's a south-southeast, so we got to get on the other side of that field. So midday right now, go in, brush everything in, shower up, hit the woods.
The location we were in yesterday, we're straight west of where the blind turtle is, where Cammy was sitting yesterday. We're actually about 50 yards from where that nice 8-point popped out. We've got a southeast wind, which made us be able to come over on this side. So we popped up a blind, brushed it in earlier, and with our sun at our back today, it's gonna make it much easier to film and do a lot more. So we're excited. There was a lot of deer here yesterday, and maybe now we can get that 8-pointer a little bit closer for Cammy to get a shot, but fingers crossed for tonight. 175 and closer. I'm confident she can make that shot. May need to get closer. Yesterday, of course, he was right here. Now today he's over there, so he's coming at us. You can't keep crying. He's quarter two. Just wait till he gets a little closer. Here he comes. Now get ready, get ready, get ready. Kill him. I'm gonna stop him. Tell me when to stop him. Yep. On the shoulder and squeeze. 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 Man. You missed. Yeah, you missed him. Don't move. He's running right at us.
Missing is part of hunting, but trying to explain this to a 10-year-old is no easy task, trust me.
You'll grow from this. You hear me? It's a big learning experience, missing, I promise. We've all missed. Your dad's missed. I know I've missed. We all miss. It happens to the best of us. Best hunters in the world miss.
What happened tonight, Cammy? Give me a little rundown.
He came in and I shot right over his back. Everybody was trying to cheer me up, and it definitely was working.
Finally. So don't beat yourself up. It's part of it. I mean, trust me, it happens to everybody. It happens to your dad, me, everybody. So
that's what Dylan said. Especially when I found out that Andrew had shot his first deer ever.
Got a little bit of redemption tonight, though, didn't we?
Thank you, Andrew.
I swear it did, because I was aiming.
We got her done though.
So I have to. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything, but I learned a lot. I learned that missing is part of hunting. Look at Andrew. He missed and redeemed himself by getting a deer. I just want to thank Cannon, Shannon, and Dylan for all of their hard work. Mother Nature just wasn't on our side though. Before we got there, it rained and all the crops were still standing, and some days it was really, really hot, so the deer were not on their feet.
Missing is part of hunting, and this trip definitely helped her grow as a hunter, and it really helped me grow as a father and what I can do a little bit better to help her down the road. And for Andrew, he got his first deer ever, and he missed, so redemption for him. So what a wonderful trip, a wonderful youth hunt once again at Midwest Bucks. Can't wait to come back this fall.
Light 'em up. Mike's Archery, Umarex Air Guns, EMS Bow Fishing, Black Widow Deer Lures, Scent Thief, Outdoor Edge Knives and Tools. Growing Up Out There is proud to support these great partners.
Why I Bowfish. Hunting fish with a bow, non-stop action, never slow. By day, by night, shoot carp, raise or gar. Shoot 'em close, shoot 'em far. Stout arrow, barb tip, retriever reel, let 'em rip. Bow fishing, give it a shot.
Interlock's Carnage is the latest addition to the Arrow series of broadheads. It's a fast-acting, rear-deployed design that delivers exact aerodynamics once covered with an arrow wrap. The arrow wraps keep the blades closed until impact, giving the head field point accuracy to increase success. The 100 grain Carnage works well with crossbows as well as vertical bows, giving it supreme versatility.
Tell me that Carnage isn't named correctly.
The Interlock Carnage, made in America and deadly by design.